I'm always moaning about the standard of driving on the roads at the moment. Middle lane hoggers, people stopping at empty roundabouts, people half undercutting you. And I've mentioned several times, I wish that I was running a dash cam to catch that on video. So now I'm now gonna install this 70mm dash cam on the potato van, 4K dash cam facing forwards, and this rear facing camera, which I'm actually gonna put somewhere else, which is hopefully gonna sort out two problems that I have. Let's have a look at what else is in the box, and then we're gonna install it and see if it's any good. So this is the box, 70mm 4K A800SE. So I've been in here already, and I actually got 3 packages with this. I'll go into these two in a minute. In the main box, I've got the dash cam, which has got a rotating camera on it depending on the angle of your windscreen, and a screen on the back. This camera, which you can run all the way to the back, it's got an extension lead in there as well, but actually I'm going to do something different with this, which is going to sort out some other problems. I'll go into that in a minute. This mount, which sticks onto your window, and then that actually just, then your dash cam can slot onto the back there. And then a whole lot of cables. So this is a power cable by the look of things. I think that's actually an extension lead that goes to the rear camera. Here's your power cable. That goes from a power socket, USB socket with included adapter. That's going to go onto your dash cam. And then I've got this separate box as well. So this is a hardwired kit, which means that you can hardwire it to your battery, and then your camera will be live all the time. I don't actually need this on the van because my USB socket is live all the time, even with the key off, which is going to help me with this camera, which we'll go into in a minute. And then I also got this little lens. So this is a little filter, which apparently goes onto here like that. It's like a polar, okay. So the whole thing clips on, and it's like a polarizery lens to make the camera even more clearer. So let's install this, see how easy it is. My goal is to have all this up and running in about 5 minutes. Let's have a go. Right, it comes with a couple of extra things, which are some 24-hour security parking surveillance cameras, because it's got motion detection and collision detection. So while the van is parked, if anything moves around or someone crashes into it, it's going to record that as well. It's also got these little plastic clear things that you stick on your glass like so, and then your backing plate, which, make sure I get this the right way up, is going to slot in from the top. So I'll stick that on there, which then means I can quickly and easily take the dash cam off, take it with me. Just take the backing off. There we go, now it's on there. There we go. Right, angle that camera down a little bit more. We'll line that up again in a minute. So I've also got power cable. That goes into USB plug, like so. Lots and lots and lots and lots of cable, because what I'll end up doing, it comes with like a little plastic tool to pry your interior trims. You can run the cable all the way around the windscreen and then under the dash or wherever it needs to go, so it doesn't look unsightly. Right, let's take this off quick. Right, power DC in, and then plug it into the dash. I thought it was going to wake up straight away, but it hasn't. It has. Right, let's get you in. English, do I touch the screen? How do I select it? Oh, there's buttons. I didn't even see the buttons, it's too dark. Tick. Don't know what date is. Download the app. Please format memory card. So it comes with a memory card, so that I forgot to mention. I'll put that in already. Extended cam is disconnected. Oh, look at that already. Oh, that's really good quality. You can see my forklift. Oh, I didn't set a time. That's annoying. And it's recording straight away. So that's really cool. Oh, that's not doing audio. Audio recording is on. Oh, this is really straightforward. I've literally never touched a dash cam before in my life. I should have caveated this video by saying that. Record an emergency video. So if something happens, someone's hit the brakes or you want to flag something, literally second button in, You can't really see the buttons on the video, but there's 4 buttons along the bottom. I've set the time wrong. It says it's 1 minute past midnight, but we'll go into that in a minute. And then what's this? Entering the album will stop, right? So I can go into that in a minute. And then what's that? That's your video settings. Ah, brilliant. Okay. Right, now what I'm going to do is set up the external camera, because normally you run this to the back of the van. However, a problem I've had a couple of times is when I'm delivering potatoes is somebody nicking a bag of spuds from the side door and people half undertaking me. So if you come off a roundabout on the 3rd exit and someone's joined from like the 2nd exit and I'm in my van and I'm not going that fast, they like half undertake me and then just sit there and they don't move over. So I put my indicator on and they still don't move over, and then I put 2 wheels over the white line and they hit the brakes and toot the horn and whatever, and then allow me to move over. So I'm going to try and put the rear camera on the side to film undertaking and to film people trying to steal spuds off out the side door. Because of the motion detection, I'm hoping that this will record stuff while the engine's off. Well, technically it will do. This plugs into the extension cable. Obviously there's a great big long extension cable, which is, the idea is to go all the way to the back, which I won't need. Make sure I get this round the right way. There's like a little cutout which you can't see on camera, which goes into that. Put that on there, and then on the side of the dash cam there's a little thing. Now if I plug that in while it's already live, will it have a cry? No, it won't. It's gone straight in, and I've got picture in picture. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. There we go, look. I've got picture in picture. Can you see this? So that is now picture in picture. Now my idea is I'm going to put it on the side here so it looks out the side window, but I'm not sure if I stick it straight on there it's going to look too much that way, or it might not do. I don't know. Let's try a couple of orientations, see what it looks like. Right, I've already discovered something. So at the moment this is picture in picture. Right, so at the moment that's the external camera. So it's got picture in picture. If I press this button here, let's get this camera on something better view-wise, which is potentially that as my hand. And then when I press this button bottom left, you can switch to just the back camera, just the front camera, just the back camera, or picture in picture. That's really cool. So let's go to just the back camera. Oh no, that's picture in picture with the front camera and the back camera, but the back camera is the bigger camera. And then that's just front and that's just back. Okay, let's go just the back, because what I'm thinking, let me shut this door. What I want is a shot, it's upside down, a shot out the side door like that, which is, you can see my little Honda Active truck, but there's nowhere there that I can really fix it. What I might have to do is angle it so it's sideways, and then I can rotate it around out the side. What does that look like? It's a bit of kind of portrait mode, but I think that will serve a purpose. Right, we're slowly winning. This is a clever little feature. So I've done GPS auto time sync, and then when you select what time zone you're in, when you go back out, it's automatically put the correct time and date up the top. So that's really handy. Also now I've put the camera right in the corner here, so it's stuck on there, so it's not touching the window, so I can open and close the door without it hitting. It's also going to look out the side there. The only downside is it's kind of like portrait mode, but what it really wants is to be like up here somewhere, but not at a kind of funny angle. And obviously we need to tidy these cables up. So now let's go and take it for a drive and record some footage in that mode and see if we can capture some people trying to undertake us and stop at empty roundabouts, etc, etc.
5 minutes later.
Right, I've just been for a test out on the road. Really, really good quality footage. You have to download the app, I think, to pair your phone with the camera, and then you can download all the clips. So I'll overlay some clips of the front camera and the side camera. Quality of the footage is really, really good. Also, the menus are really, really easy to work your way through. It's literally like a settings menu and a video album menu, so you can go through your footage if you found anything and change the settings, and the settings menu is really easy as well. It's just very, very straightforward. It's not basic. Once you get into the menus, there's so much stuff you can change, but it's very, very straightforward. The only thing that I found is that you have to use the hardwired cable, which then goes to your battery or a battery feed, for the parking surveillance mode. So for the, if someone crashes into your van while it's parked, that is then going to trigger, I guess, like a crash sensor thing that's in this little box here. I'm not going to worry too much about that, because the only time I'm out and about with the van and it's parked on the road, I'm just going to leave this running. So in the evening, it's shut in the barn. No one's going to like crash into it then. But when I'm out and about, I'm literally just going to leave this running all day. I've got two massive batteries under the seat. I don't think this uses a lot of power anyway. There's no moving parts in it. It's literally just recording footage straight onto a little memory card. So basically, when I get in the morning, I'm just going to plug it in. This will fire up and start recording, and it's just going to record my whole day. It comes with a 128 gig card, so it's like a week's worth of footage that you can get on there. Downloading footage from the app is really, really easy. To literally download the 70mi app. While you're registering it, is literally looking for cameras. It comes up on the back of this screen. Or the app has found your camera. Do you want to accept? Obviously, press the yes button on the camera. Pairs it with your phone, and now I'm looking at the feed direct from the camera on my phone. And then from this, obviously, click on your album. You can download your footage. Really easy. So genuinely, I'm really impressed with that. That was about 100 quid. Forward-facing camera, rear/side-facing camera, wherever you want to put it. And hopefully it'll catch some morons on the road. If I get any decent footage from it, I might even start a new YouTube channel just with the morons on the road, because everyone seems to want to stop at empty roundabouts, try and undercut me, crash into the van while I'm parked, etc., etc. So if you want to get one of these, there's an affiliate link actually in the description of this video below. One for the UK, one for the US and the rest of the world. Click on that, go and get yourself one of these. Genuinely really, really easy to use. Also, check out the rest of my YouTube channel, like, subscribe to my other videos, and I'll see you on the next one. So there you go, genuine. Record an emergency video. I've just spun it around really quickly and it thinks it's had an accident.